I may not know a lot, but I do know one thing to be true. That you and I have one thing in common. One day, we will no longer be here. We won't be able to listen to that favorite song of ours. We won't be able to hug that special person and tell them how much we love them. And we won't be able to use these fresh limbs on our body to dance, play, or simply just move around. Which means something, right? I wish I would have realized this sooner. But sometimes life has to smack you straight in the face for you to wake up. Unless you get to hear someone else's story and use that as inspiration to write a different story for yourself. Growing up, my dad was the type of guy who was always goofy, wanted to create a good time for those around him, and was essentially full of laughter. And I didn't realize what kind of effect that would have on me later in life. Because as kids, you may not realize it, but you are a sponge. And a lot of your role models around you are leading by example. We really don't realize the impact of those lessons until that person is gone. And you can no longer talk to them, ask them questions, tell them about your life. You see, life is really short. If we don't make the most of it, it's just gonna pass. And what good is that? What good is a life wasted? Whenever my dad passed away, I remember looking for videos to just feel his presence again. And unfortunately, I've only come across 3 videos. One from when we went skydiving when I turned 18 years old. Just such a beautiful memory that I'll never forget. And 2, a POV video of him riding a boat. The last one is not the sexiest, especially for you vegetarians out there, but it's a video of him skinning a deer. My dad was a big hunter, so this was a common thing in our lives. It was completely normal to me as a kid. Those are the only 3 videos I have of him where I feel like I can relive a moment. And this is the exact reason why I document my journey. It's the exact reason why I have this YouTube channel. And it's the one thing that has kept me committed to photography, filmmaking, and creative work in general. Because it was right around the time that I picked up a camera that my dad passed away. I feel like in life, you go through things that are extremely painful for a reason. When it's time for you to see it that way, some beautiful things are just around the corner. But take your time. Take your time with the processing of painful moments. And if you're in that painful moment right now, know that good is on its way. This year, so much of my life has changed. I moved into my first apartment by myself for the first time in 28 years. Crazy, right? I started posting consistently on this YouTube channel, and we've seen some growth, which is, I can't even explain to you, because it's been 4 years of just dreadful videos, one after the other, just trying to figure shit out. And here's the thing, I'm so grateful for it, because through all of those moments of beating my head up against the wall, I learned so much about myself that makes me feel so prepared for anything else in life. And this is another example of that pain that you feel and how it can turn into purpose. Whatever trouble you're going through right now, inevitably, there is something underneath that is building, that is sculpting your future, your next opportunity, your next relationship. I can single-handedly say that the one thing that has made the most impact on my life this year is relationships. The more you surround yourself with the right people, the better your life is going to get. Your business is going to do better. Your creative work is going to be better. Your fulfillment for life is going to be better. Your ability to go through change is going to be not necessarily easier, but more tolerable. And through all this, you'll realize that while it's great to achieve things, to hit the next milestone, go to this beautiful place, all of these things are 10 times better when you're with the right people. And when I say relationships, I also mean the relationship with yourself. Stop distracting yourself with too much social media, too much Netflix, because there's a beautiful relationship waiting to be developed inside of you. And once you realize how powerful that relationship can be on the rest of your life, only then can you really start to live a fruitful life of joy, well-being, fulfillment. So make time for yourself. And my 2 cents is to balance that with other people. Because if you spend too much time with other people, you're sacrificing the relationship with yourself. If you spend too much time with yourself, you're sacrificing the beauty of relationships with other people. So if you can find that fine line between what you value for yourself and what you value with other people, and treat life like an ebb and flow, you'll learn how to dance with life in a way that makes you feel more inspired, energetic, full of joy. And to me, that's a life worth living.
Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream, and that you could, for example, have the power within one night to dream 75 years of time. And you would naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, you would fulfill all your wishes. You would have every kind of pleasure you could conceive. And after several nights of 75 years of total pleasure each, you would say, well, that was pretty great. But now let's have a surprise. Let's have a dream which isn't under control. Well, something is going to happen to me that I don't know what it's going to be. And you would dig that and come out of that and say, wow, that was a close shave, wasn't it? And then you would get more and more adventurous, and you would make further and further out gambles as to what you would dream. And finally, you would dream where you are now. That's the nature of life.
Toss, bro. He did a full 540.